Good morning. It is January 28th. It is Saturday. Oh, goody. I like Saturdays. That means it's actually honorable weekend day or weekend where we get more honor for PvPing, which we're going to be talking about here in a few minutes with Drag here. Anyways, I want to have a quick hangout. Drag actually messaged me this morning, Facebook, and he said, "Are you going to have a hangout today?" And I said, "Yeah, you know what? I think I will because I literally just got done watching some of Antonio Fletcher's videos that he put out this morning. And he had two videos. I thumbed down the second one. The first one I didn't bother. But the first one, he made a video about, again, atheist and bionic dance. And now I do agree with him. And yes, you can quote me on this. I do agree with him that bionic dance is an idiot. She's a very, very, very dumb atheist. But I don't care whether she's an atheist or theist. He seems to make it like really a big deal that she's atheist. But I mean, I don't care what her theological position is. She's just not a smart person and a very nasty person as well. So I agree with him on that. So I didn't downvote that video. But I did think that it was kind of odd, once again, that all he wants to do is make videos discussing, how bad atheism is. It doesn't make Christians look good by him doing that. It really doesn't. It doesn't do anything to help his arguments. And the second video he made was showing people that supposedly people downvote his videos before they even watch them. And I'm sure that does happen. And I try to explain to him that, and I'm sure he deleted my comments, or my comments don't show up. I'm sure I'm blocked. But I explained to him that most people don't even fully watch my videos before they decide to downvote it. He made the comment that Christians don't do that. They don't just downvote videos before they even see them. Bullshit. I can guarantee that they do, and I think Drac has evidence that he was telling me before that G-Man has a tendency to do that. And
Oh yeah.
the other thing was that the thing that World of Warcraft and his channel have in common supposedly is that they both have trolls. According to him, anybody who doesn't agree with him is a troll. Anybody who leaves a negative comment is a troll. Anybody who tells him he's full of shit and doesn't understand anything what he's talking about is a troll. That's not what a troll is, Antonio. Let me explain to you what a troll is. A troll is somebody who wants to get an emotional reaction and doesn't really care what the hell they're saying in order to get it. That's all they're trying to do is elicit a response because they enjoy it. I don't know anybody in the Great Debate community that does that. We do not like eliciting a response from you. We don't care if we get a response from you. We try to educate you. We try to tell you why you're wrong, and you just don't seem to understand why none of the shit you say makes sense. That's not anybody being a troll. And people downvote your videos because they don't like them. Now, on the contrary, when people do downvote my videos, I can pretty much guess that every single one of those downvotes are the members of the Clown Car Posse. And don't say that isn't true. You said that, oh, Christians wouldn't do that. That's bullshit. Matter of fact, Drag, what were you telling me about G-Man doing that exact same thing, downloading a video before they fully watched it?
This was a while back, and I had mentioned in some of my random musings videos that anytime I upload a video, there's at least one person. It's always at least one that immediately downvotes it. I'm like, well, it's someone who subscribed to me. I know that, and it's someone that's more than likely, not of my position on theology. So it's only going to be a few people. It's only going to be a small pool of Clown Car Posse. Ronnie has said before that he does not even watch my videos. He's not even subscribed to me, which I believe him because I've made videos and people have had to tag him and whatnot, and it'll take him a while to respond. So I don't ever think it's Ronnie. What I did notice one time is that I uploaded a video, and this was a few months ago before I went on a trip to New York with Redline, is that as I uploaded the video, not even a minute after I'd uploaded it, there was a downvote, and then G-Man commented on it within the same time span. Well, I said, okay, that kind of confirms who I thought it was because I knew G-Man was subscribed to me for some time now. So I mean, he can deny that that's the case, but I mean, you can go check the videos yourself. So it's like, all right, there's always somebody who doesn't like your videos. We got that. It's never, just relegated to I think any one group. There's always somebody who's out there who really just doesn't like you, no matter what you put up. You could say the sky is blue, and they're still going to downvote it.
Yeah, and what's funny is, I'm not like that. I've actually said numerous times, I've actually upvoted Antonio's videos prior to him going off the fucking deep end. I've actually upvoted a video here and there of G-Man's. I'm not one of those people that go around just, oh, I'm going to down your video because I think you're an idiot. If the video is worthy of an upvote, I give it an upvote. Now, I don't think the Clown Car Posse has that type of integrity. I really honestly don't. I mean, can any of the Clown Car Posse ever say, and I challenge any of them, of any video they've ever uploaded of mine, just one, anything that you've upvoted, let me know what it is. And I bet you not a single one of them has any upvoted any video of mine. And I've even upvoted some of True's in the past, again, before he went totally, fucking bonkers and got dumb fuck of the year, and nobody even watches anything he puts out anymore. But oh, I forgot to put the link to join in the description, guys. So I'm doing that right now. The link is actually not the right link, so don't use the one that's on there now. I'm changing it as we speak. So if you try to get in and it doesn't do anything, it's because you got the wrong link. So I'm changing it now, and you will have to refresh your video in about 10 seconds in order to get the new link. So thought I'd throw that out there. Sorry. Is that right? I think that's right. Let me double check here. Yeah. All right. So the new link is posted, so you can join us now. So, Drag, has anyone given you the one thing that true empiricism has taught them yet? Don't
No,
you have a challenge on
no,
that?
no. Me and Sam tried. No one's given us something solid. It's more of, well, he mentioned this, and I went and I looked at it, and what he mentioned seemed interesting. Like that, I want to say that's the extent. And I'll even be a bit more charitable and say that he mentioned something to them that they had never heard before, or they were really unfamiliar with, but not actually explain what it is. They've had to go themselves and actually like educate themselves on the topic.
Well, that's not too difficult for saying something that they probably don't have a clue about, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I think one of the examples was human chromosome 2 fusion, and I think what was another one? I'm drawing a blank right now,
But Ronnie
but I
didn't know
remember.
anything about that until Hogtie brought it up.
Oh yeah, no. Well,
Nothing.
he'll if you ask him now, he knew about it all along. I
No, he
guarantee you.
didn't.
Like he rewrites history. Like
No, he
it's
didn't.
always like because he claims that he taught me what Le Chatelier's principle was when he couldn't even fucking pronounce it. I'm like, I pointed to the textbook that I had for chemistry, and I'm like, here it is right here. I took chemistry way before we had this conversation. So it's like, well, if you taught me about this concept, you did a terrible job at it.
Yeah, again, I mean, those are not any of the people you want to go to get any kind of helpful information from, or if you got a problem with something. Now, granted, I can't even solve like textbook problems anymore, right? I mean, nobody's going to come to me and say, "Hey, Steve, I got this physics problem I can't solve." That's not my thing.
I can
Go
send some to you if you want.
No, 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 because I mean, I wouldn't be able to solve them nowadays. I understand the concepts, right? The things when it comes to like problem solving, you only remember how to do it when you're actually in the class, right? Because you kind of learn the procedure, you take the test, you get them done, you get it over with, you forget about it, right? Now, I mean, if I really, really wanted to, and it wasn't that hard, yes, I can go back look at it and go, yes, I remember how to do this and probably figure some stuff out. But that's just not my thing, and I'm not the person to go to for that.
But generally, when you've learned it once you kind of get back, and like if someone explains what you're supposed to do, you take a few minutes, you can figure it out. Because someone sent me I think I call it advanced algebra question. It was like a mixed fraction or something like that, where you basically had to multiply the two on the outside across the numerator, and then outside of the parentheses was a -3, where you were supposed to turn that -3 to 9/3 and then subtract that from the numerator because she couldn't figure out how she was getting the answer of I think it was like 4x minus 5/3. And so it was like, well, I haven't done this in a while. Let me sit down. It took me a few minutes, but I figured it out, right? But it's different than not having a clue, of never in your life have ever been formally or informally, uh, you know.
So there's definitely a difference there. Yeah, but the big thing is I also tend to over analyze things. Like for example, I remember when I think it was uology, Beta Uology had posted some kind of calculus thing. I know, no, he did, but actually, I'm talking about the one you posted. You posted a calculus problem, and I over analyzed it, right? And as soon as I think it was uology kind of explained it, I was like, oh yeah, this is easy. I know how to do this. You remember what you posted? You posted me something, and I was like,
It might have been like a differential equation.
no, it was well, it was it kind of was. It was a integration, And
Oh, this integration. Okay, that's
yeah,
what.
and
Yeah.
so, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I would have to think about how to do this, and then I realized, oh, this isn't that difficult. I do remember the power rule, and I do remember that stuff. So, anyways, I want to talk about WoW real quick, guys. By the way, since I have my account isn't activated. It's paid for by gold, right? I guess now you can buy these tokens, and the tokens are paid by in-game gold, so you don't have to spend any money on it, which is nice because I don't want to spend any money on it. So I have still money to play, but I could pay for the game by farming gold. But anyway, some of the things we play in there have to do with what's called player versus player, and Drag and I are probably going to have after this is done a battleground with we're going to go and play, and maybe I might stream it if you guys are interested. And um, you said you had an 85 level character.
Yeah, I have a a brewmaster monk. I think. I think I can switch him to Windwalker because I want to say I unlock all of his talents. I can switch him to DPS.
Um, a lot of people don't do the lower levels except for the very low, like 19. But there's no such thing as twinking anymore. They don't twink. The way it works now, if you guys have not played WoW in a while, things have changed. And I just kind of found this out the other day, obviously, because I just got back into it after a year. And I found out that actually my mage on Silver Moon server is still the highest amount of rated battlegrounds in the entire server. She has the number one spot. She also has the number two spot for the non-rated battlegrounds. So when I say that I played a lot of battlegrounds in the last 10 years, I've played a lot of battlegrounds. And I haven't
Like
I
when
haven't played in
mages really
like the
should.
last year or so, right? In the last year and a half or 2 years, I haven't played maybe. Well, maybe about a year and a half, and I still have the number one spot. So that tells you how high I was in that ladder of being able to PvP. But anyways, the way it works now, Drag, gear doesn't matter.
Really?
Not on the higher levels, not on the 110, but anything below that, like in the 100 bracket and lower, gear doesn't matter. You could be wearing a tuxedo. You can be wearing a fancy dress. It makes no difference. Everybody is normalized. So everybody has the same stats depending on your class profession, right? So warriors gonna have a little bit more hit points. They're gonna have more, more stamina. But but basically, gear does not make a bit of difference. It's all for cosmetic. So what they instead of trying to get everybody balanced in the lower brackets, because you know how design PvP is designed for higher end content, right? And
Mhm.
because of that, it really has a skewed value on the lower end brackets because certain classes get overpowered and other ones get underpowered, and there's no way to really balance that out. But that's what made PvP great, right? That's what I enjoyed about it. I made so many level 19 twinks, but
Oh, dude, you could just go through and wreck people.
oh, I
Like
loved
if you
it.
got a decent twink, because I would make my own clothing. So I would have like a what you call blacksmith, or I'd have like a leather worker or something like that, and I would just make all my gear, and then have my main go and like farm those BOE blues
Hmm.
that you would get,
I
and
had,
then
dude,
just
of course. Oh yeah, dude, back in the day, I had like the best PvP gear possible. I had the best in slot of everything, even the Silver Wing Sentinel gear. Um, and I would make these twinks like Twink Hunter was probably the best for 19 bracket. But
oh yeah.
if you had a best in slot Twink Hunter, Rogue, maybe Priest, but basically a Rogue or a Hunter, you could eliminate their entire team basically.
Oh, easily. You just carry everyone else.
Yeah, you were a
Especially
god.
if somebody followed you and healed you. Oh yeah, there was nothing that they could do to
Oh,
stop
with a
you.
pocket healer, a hunter and a
Oh
pocket
yeah.
healer in a level 19 BG. It's literally just those two against the other 10 people, and they would still win. You can't just do enough damage to kill them.
And that's what I love because I would usually be that pocket healer. Like, you know what, screw it.
I can heal. I can pocket heal. I have played Druid. I played every character except for Demon Hunter and Shaman.
Really?
Yeah, I have a 100 level. A lot. I see. Okay, but between 85 and 100 on two accounts, I've played Locke. I have a 100 level Mage. I have a 100 level uh, Warrior Fury. I have a 100 level Death Knight. I have a 85 level Paladin and 85 level another Druid. I have probably three Rogues that are 85 or higher. Yeah, I've done a lot of
Could
battlegrounds.
never, I could never get into Rogue. Like, I've tried playing Rogue 3 or 4 times, could never do it.
Rogue back in the
Don't know
day was
why.
the best. They nerfed it to the
Oh yeah,
ground.
because I had a warlock. I couldn't. I was one of those guys who I forgot what they used to call us, but you couldn't play any other race. Like you had to pick that one, and you just pick classes that one race had.
What race were you?
And it was a name for it, undead. Like
Oh,
I
you were
could only
undead.
like
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
yeah.
Undead was
I
very limited. You could be a lock. You could be a shadow priest. If I remember.
could be a rogue and warrior. I
Yeah,
think.
I have a undead rogue. No, no, no. Wait, no. She's blood elf. Yeah.
Yeah, I played nothing but locks for so long, and then I was like, you know what? Let me do Tarn Warrior, and so I had my undead lock, my Tarn Warrior, and then that was it. I was happy, and then one day I decided to play Shaman, and then that's when everything changed. I have not played a lock since probably
You
2007.
got to say it right. Right. You got to say it. You got to say it like they do in the game, like shaman.
Shaman.
Totems, totems, totems.
There's no
So,
like that. They took away totems, dude. Like you still have totems, but they're rare. Like,
yeah,
it's really rare. You see,
yeah.
well, DPS spec. Well, I can't even say that because I
I
think
hated
element
totems, dude.
enhancement.
I hated totems. Going against them because, like I said, I didn't play a shaman. I understood the mechanics. But see, the reason I had so many tunes is because I ran battlegrounds. Remember, I used to tell you guys that I used to have like 40 people that I ran that I was in charge of being the team leader for battlegrounds and WoW. That's why I ran. You know, that's why I have so many games in my belt. Somebody says Steve was really addicted. No, I just was really good. There was one game that I got very, very, very good at. My mage was very well known as being one of the top mages on the server. Um, people feared me when they PvP'd me. I mean, I was it'd melt faces basically.
Well, they fear me too. The second my face hit the keyboard, that was it.
Well,
Just,
that's what it is nowadays.
just
Is face rolling. You don't even have to know how to PvP now. You just push buttons and say, "Okay, this is lit up. Hit that." It's so unchallenging because everything is
you know
so
where
normalized. I don't like it. I mean,
you
yes,
know
it
where a
provides
lot of
balance, but what? What?
the nastiest PvP that happens in WoW right now is in Dalaran. And when I say nasty, people they sit and they farm these this currency called the eyeless tokens, and you can buy all kind of cool stuff with them. But people will wait because it's not faction on faction. It's a free for all, and there are folks in here with like 890, 900, dungeon gear that will wreck you in seconds. And as soon as you leave these little what is this? These tiki torches, it's on,
Wait,
and
Delaran's a
that is your ass.
sanctuary.
It is, but the underbelly underneath it is not. And so the guards will take a break, and so you'll get a notification. All right, sewer guards, time for a break, and everyone turns red.
Oh, in the
Out of
sewers,
those
in the
tiki, yeah.
Dalaran sewers. Oh, that's
Oh
cool.
yeah,
I haven't
oh
checked that
yeah.
out yet. Because
But
I
with the
oh, good.
no, I said the guards will come back, and then you'll turn back to normal, and then there's mobs down here, the bosses down here that you can get those tokens from, but you have to kill them fast enough because you'll be down here fighting one of these bosses, and then everybody will turn red. So now
Is
not only
Killjade in a PvP server?
yeah, kill James the server.
PvP server.
I want to say it is. Let me
Because
double check.
Silvermoon's not a PvP server. That's probably why I mean, my mage is the number one mage, um, because it's not a PvP server. Although a lot of people do PvP, but had it been a
But yeah,
PvP
this
server, I wouldn't be in number one. I don't think.
yeah, this is a PvP server. So I play on RP and RP PvP and PvP servers.
Yeah, I've got a tune on one RP. I think it's Emerald Dream or something.
I think it was like Ravenhold or something like that was my RP PvP. Well, that was, a friend of mine was big into doing the RP thing, so
Well, there's only
I
three
joined the
games that I
server.
like. WoW. There's one called Neverwinter, which is another free game. It's pay to win kind of, and I don't have any high characters on it, so I don't know how much you would have to even pay to even try to win. I play for free, but if you haven't ever played Neverwinter and you just want a nice, cool game to go to play around with that's free, that's Dungeon and Dragons based, I recommend that. It's easy, it's not that complicated. There's a lot of stuff to it, a lot of a high learning curve as far as like all the crafting stuff, but until you reach the higher levels, it really doesn't really make that much difference. So you just kind of learn as you go. And the other game I've been playing is called All Points Bulletin, which I have you in my clan, which I've been getting much better at, by the way.
Finally, been able to master the art of the sniper? Or no, you said you changed weapons, didn't you?
No, well, a kid actually, he bought me a purple legendary sniping gun, and I was like, okay, so it's only for 30 days, but with that gun, yes, I can snipe like no problem. However, I'm finding that it only works really in waterfront and the other map because it's close combat. You don't want to have a sniping rifle, so I picked up a assault rifle, V3 something or other, and man, yeah, I wreck on it. So whenever you want to play any of those games, let me know. I mean, hey,
I'm getting on my monk now.
but yeah, I just want to let you know that in the lower brackets, if you ever decide to do any lower the brackets, that yeah, gear makes no difference whatsoever. You could literally just be wearing a T-shirt. As long as you're wearing something, you get the same stats as somebody who's wearing best in slot. Now again, I don't particularly like that because I worked hard to get good gear, spent thousands of hours playing to get good gear, but it is what it is, and I understand the reasonings why they did it to balance things out. And I still pull decent damage. When I was a fire mage, I did top damage across the board because fire was the bomb back then.
'Cause that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, I guess they got rid of Palm Pyro because I used to get wrecked as a lock with Palm Pyro.
Yeah, Palm got nerfed. It was really good in arenas, right? I mean, 3-on-3 with a good setup, you could palm somebody and pretty much take one person out almost instantaneously if it was timed right. But a fire was just you had to know how to work your combustion and ignition really well to get the most amount of maximized damage across their whole team. So a well played fire mage, man, you're just ticking off. Each person's getting a ticks of damage, like a hot, area effect is going to be a damage over time. So you're getting big numbers, and I would just get like 3 times as much damage as anybody else. But that got nerfed to the ground, so I had to go back to Frost. I like Frost, and PvP has always been tailored to Frost. But a well-played Fire Mage, that was fun back then. By the way,
Oh
Red
yeah.
snuck in, and we nobody even acknowledged him because we don't care.
Oh, I didn't even see you. I'm not even looking at the thing. Looking at my Windwalker.
It's all right. No one cares about me.
It's not a lot of love going around this morning. It's too early. So, and besides, you don't play WoW.
Yeah, I stopped playing video games a long time ago. I used to be into RuneScape, and then I was like, wow, this is totally fucking lame, and I'm going to go do stuff outside.
Yeah, I never got into RuneScape.
Never, well, I did get into RuneScape. In fact, I think I still remember my username and password. I think.
I played RuneScape, and I was that asshole who would go into the bank, and I would stand next to it and keep closing the door so nobody could get out.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds dickish.
Well, you can't
Speaking
leave.
of trolls,
you
yeah,
literally cannot leave.
Every
it was
every
stop
MMO
it.
has trolls like that.
Oh,
Yep.
Did you? Red,
My
did you catch?
favorite one was.
Go ahead.
Good.
Go ahead.
Me? You?
Yeah,
Whatever.
Go.
Oh yeah. Well, no. The fact is that I just woke up and I saw that Steve was having a hangout, so I decided to hop on in. And by the way, Dragna, we finally have a plan of attack, and so I would like for you to call me one of these days when you're free.
Okay. Is it around the March, May time period?
Very end of April.
March, April. I think that's too soon.
What do you think of the Mary Schweitzer video, Reds? Is it good? You like it, or do you even watch it?
Honestly, I haven't. I have not been watching YouTube for like the past 48 hours.
Well, Dr. Rihanna Fuzz, he actually mentioned on his own personal YouTube page. He messaged me. I mean, he named me in his comment and said that this was a really good video and that people should join the Great Debate community. And he plugged his book, which I mean, I have no problem with that. I mean, that's what I mean. He writes books, so I mean, plugging his own book, and he sent me a free copy.
We plug our own shit on your channel all the time. By the way, please subscribe to the Red's Rhetoric channel. You can find it at that kind of shit.
Reds
we
doesn't
do
have
it
a channel.
all the time.
Reds doesn't have a channel really.
Yeah, I don't really have a channel anymore.
You got more subs than anybody, so I don't. So anybody who watches me automatically is a sub to you.
People watch me simply for the profanity, but like I said, I have branched away from that because I got plans, and those plans take time that I'm not willing to waste on fucking people who think the Earth is flat with a sandpaper condom. So yeah.
Yeah, well, they've been kind of quiet this year so far. I noticed even in flat Earth discussions, there's just really nothing going on there anymore.
Well, there's a reason for that. I think this is the time of the year where they all start to drop off. After all, Jism lost his house,
Yeah, I heard about
which is,
that.
it's not something I wished upon him, but it's really not something I feel bad about him for. And
Did his
then we
Patreons go
have,
down?
yeah, his Patreon was basically cut in half.
And you think that your debunking of his videos had a lot to do with that?
I have no idea. I hope they did. In that case, fuck them. That's exactly what they were supposed to do, because I posted something on G Plus before G Plus turned into absolute dog shit. I posted a message saying, it's very good that Jism is having these issues, because maybe this will motivate him to become a productive member of society by getting a real job. Because being a flat earther and spewing demonstrably false bullshit on the internet should not be a career choice. Let me
It should
repeat
not be
that.
awarded. Yeah.
Yeah, let me repeat that. Spewing demonstrably false information on the internet should not be a career choice. It should be a one-way ticket to you living underneath a fucking bridge with me laughing at you from my brand new Tesla. That's what it should be. And now that's what ended up happening. He says, well, I blame the flat earth because there's a conspiracy against me. Oh, I blame the flat earth too. And it's not a conspiracy. It's because when you go in and you have an interview or whatever, and people fucking look up your name and they see that you're connected to all these flat earther groups, yeah, they don't want to have anything to fucking do with you. They want someone who's competent, who can actually do the job right. I think
they're looking for.
I think knowing the basics, that the Earth is round, I would make that a job requirement.
Yeah, I've always said that if you're a hiring person, right? If you're a personnel hirer, and somebody comes to you and they tell you that the Earth is flat, do you really want them representing your company? I don't think so. And no. We're talking about Anthony Sewer Rats. We're actually talking. This video was Antonio Fletcher. If you guys have not seen his videos this morning, he put out 2 videos, and his first video was just basically him just going off an atheist again. Although I did agree with him on some things. I mean, he does think that Bionic Dance has shitty arguments, and Antonio's right. Bionic Dance has shitty arguments. She's wrong across the board.
Which is why none of us even watch Bionic Dance.
No,
honestly, the last time I saw a Bionic Dance video was maybe 2 years ago, and that was 2 years ago too soon. So I'm not even going to bother with Bionic Dance anymore.
Yeah,
she was so terrible. Here's the thing. There's a rule for the internet. You hit a certain threshold of terrible, where when you hit that certain threshold of terrible, you will get on Tosh.0. Guess who got on Tosh.0? Yeah. That's right, Bionic Dance. That's how bad it was.
She has a I didn't watch the full thing, but I know of it. The web redemption she has on Tosh 2.0.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to. No, that's something. See, if Tosh.0 got in contact with me, I'll be like, this means I'm really fucking up somewhere.
Well, I mean, Matt Slick got on that too, didn't he? No, he was on the Daily Show. Matt Slick was on the Daily Show. That's right. Yeah. Did you watch that video of him on the Daily Show? It's really good. I gotta admit, he was a character.
There was another group of people who made it onto the Colbert Report, and I forget what they are, but apparently they're like this anarchist group or whatever the case may be. Their channel has like maybe 100 subs on a good day, and basically what they do is that, and I shit you not, you may have heard of them before. They go around their incredibly small town in the middle of bumfuck Egypt and troll parking attendant maids. And whenever they are about to walk up to a car that has a parking clock that has expired, they put a quarter in it.
I've seen that.
And that's all they do while simultaneously harassing parking maids.
I think that's pretty funny, actually.
Well, hey, it's not really funny when you consider that a few of those parking attendant maids getting harassed to the point where they had to quit their jobs.
Well, I mean, I don't agree with the harassment, but I mean, if somebody puts money in there, they put money in there. I mean, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah, that I'm perfectly okay
Right.
with that. It's the other shit that they're stacking on top of it that makes it
Yeah,
complete.
I would agree with you on that. Obviously,
You know,
harassment is
and the
harassment.
thing is that they think that this is like some type of Stalinist regime it's fucking parking meters, bro.
They take it to an extreme.
Parking meters.
Well, that's what, I mean, Tony has the same kind of mindset. He just doesn't realize it. He takes things to extremes too. I mean, he's like his own poster child for the things he actually can't stand, but he doesn't realize that he's just the other side of it. It's the same coin. Yeah. He's just the other side, and he's not self-aware enough to realize that his own ideological problems that he has are just as bad as these other people. I mean, he just doesn't self-reflect at all.
Sometimes even worse. And that's why when when you're looking at these people, you have to wonder sometimes who ties their shoes for them.
Well, it could be worse. It could be a flat earther.
Could be a flat earther.
But yeah, if you haven't seen his videos yet, go watch them. Like I said, I didn't download his first video because his first video I was agreeing with, and then he has a second video saying, this video has like 3 downvotes on it. These must be atheist trolls. Well, I don't know that they're atheists, but they must be trolls. And I'm like, dude, you don't even understand what the word troll means. You don't understand, that it's not just atheists who think you're an idiot. It's Christians that think you're an idiot. It's pretty much across the board. You're an idiot. It has nothing to do with people's atheism.
I like how they automatically just jump to the conclusion that the reason why their videos are down thumbed is because we are simply evil atheists. It couldn't possibly be the fact that we legitimately disagree with the shit that they're posting.
Well, I mean, it's not even just disagree. I mean, it's just their videos are so bad. There's been videos I disagree
with. Yeah, your arguments are terrible.
I don't bother to upvote or downvote it. I don't care.
But, your arguments are terrible. It's not worth my time. It's not even worth a comment, but I think I can spare just enough energy to move my cursor over that down thumb button, hit click, and then leave.
Well, look at on the average Ronnie's videos. I mean, he has like 50 to 100 downvotes on each video, and he thinks that's like 1 or 2 people with sock accounts. No, Ronnie, it's not. I'm telling you right now. Those are 50 individual people.
Yeah, fucking landslide victory.
Exactly what happens is that somebody will send me a message or Sam a message, and then we'll do a video response, and then people will see our response to the nonsense that he's putting forth, and then they'll go and they'll see the video and downvote it. Like, that's exactly what happens. It's not all at once.
That might be true. Matter of fact, go to Antonio's channel. One's video is like 17 minutes long, and then it was like 4. Upvote him or downvote him, but what you think of the content. The first one, like I said, I happen to agree with him on certain parts of the video. I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't rate it. Because I even told him that most people don't sit through 20 minutes of your shit, dude. His videos are not even good enough to watch the entire way through. So why am I going to spend 17 minutes of learning about the same old bullshit that he always talks about? And the second video that he had, 4 minutes of saying, well, these people downvoted the video before it was even completed. He just posted it and it's already got 2 downvotes and like that. Well, welcome to fucking YouTube. You know how many times I've not even started broadcasting and I still got downvoted videos? Come on. You think that was members of the Great Debate community doing that? No, that was a Clown Car Posse. And he has the audacity to say, well, Christians wouldn't do that. Bullshit.
Yeah, they're essentially pulling everyone's shit and hoping no one can catch them. I'm sorry, dude. It's not that easy. Well, what they're essentially doing is that they want to try and they want to try and be a martyr. In reality, that's all it is. I mean, they're really just trying to be a martyr.
You mean like
yes, like Veckel. Oh, Veckel has a huge complex with that.
Well, they all do. I think they all have a persecution martyr complex. I mean, without any kind of people persecuting them in their mind's eye, they don't have anything to really have a platform to speak from. That's why I think this year most people have just been kind of avoiding them. We'll have a tertiary hangout talking about them. But for the most part, nobody really wants to do anything with them. And this is why, because of the stupid shit that he puts out there like this morning. It's just a dumb fucking video saying, oh, I got 2 dislikes before the video even started. Suck it up. Jesus Christ, man.
That grow thicker skin.
That takes a video to put that out when we all know that happens. I have the same thing happen to my channel.
I have videos that post hard scientific facts, and I have people disagreeing with it. Even okay, I don't want to be throwing anyone under the bus who's not a member of the Clown Car Posse, but if you want a perfect example of suck it up, I got fucking disliked by the Rumpus. Yeah, there you go.
What was wrong in your video?
Absolutely nothing. He was just butthurt. Yeah. But at that point, we still go into hangouts every single time. We haven't gotten at each other's throats every single time. He's in Earth discussions every single time, and we back each other up every single time. You know, one disagreement, one down thumb is not really going to matter to me all that much because in reality, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And so take that as an example of what you need to do: grow thicker skin and grow the fuck up.
Well, I can tell you with an absolute fact that I've never downvoted one of your videos. I know,
Oh, well,
an
thank
absolute
you.
fact.
Thank you.
If I did, I would definitely stand out. You know, it would be like this anomaly of why Red's got a downvote. There's just nothing ever been downvoted. No.
Yeah, I totally agree with Reds on every single point except this one. He is an incredibly good-looking individual. When he says that his face is the backside of a horse's asshole in the process of shitting, he is lying. I've seen his gorgeous chop, and
That video I would downvote because I just don't think you're all that. But that's just whatever.
Yes, one person thinks I'm average.
But I'm a straight white guy. What do you want? You know?
Yeah, that's okay.
Be gay. Be very, very gay.
Be very, very gay.
If I was gay, he wouldn't be my type. Drag, you'd probably be more to my type if you were gay. If I was gay, if I was gay, just because you're like big and cuddly, you know.
Yeah, it only requires one of us to be gay.
Good point.
I couldn't even get that out all the way.
Yeah, I guess in reality, it only needs to take one. Yeah, I know.
But oh no, Red. I was saying oh dear child. Okay, sit down. So the one of the reasons why for earlier the date issue is that I graduate in May.
You graduate in May. Oh
yeah.
shit.
Well, with just my general studies degree. So, is there any possibility that like they ask end of the semester, you could hold off until then?
So what are you thinking?
Let me strangle this child real quick and get my thoughts together.
Sounds good to me.
Hold on. Let me go back to this page.
The joys of parenting. When you have to listen to your child making fart noises, how adorable!
And they go, who's a good boy?
I tell you, I met Dragnot's kid. Wow, good kid, really good kid.
They grow up so fast. I was just looking at some pictures of my daughter when she was like, I don't know, 4, I think, and I'm like, oh my god, she was so cute and curly hair, and she looked like Shirley Temple.
Now she has opinions.
Now she's exactly. Now she's tall, is functionally literate, and as you said, has opinions and is not afraid to express them in any way, shape, or form.
Warning: yeah. I have opinions, and I'm not afraid to express them.
So it looks like my last day is May 8th, so maybe early mid-May.
Early mid. Let's see. See, that's the only issue is PTO. Not that I don't have it, Drag. I don't know if you heard, but I got 50 fucking days this year.
How the hell did you do that?
By being awesome.
I guess your knees hurt.
Yeah. A lot of sucking.
50
a lot
days of vacation time. Holy
yes,
cow, that's a lot.
Almost 2 months.
Yeah, there was a lot of being on the knees, a lot of sucking. You gotta cup just right, and I was working on my form, and I guess it worked out for me. But essentially, I can't necessarily use them whenever I want. See, there's a catch to everything in life, and the catch to these PTO days is that I have to get it approved. And if I get days that are already approved and I try to change them, that's like That's like trying to get G-Man and Ronnie to understand pi.
So it's never going to happen.
It can happen, but you have to jump through a few flaming hoops over a bath of acid. So I can definitely give it a shot. It's just that I already have approved on those days.
Okay, so, send me a text with the days you have approved, and they're weekend days, right?
Well, actually, yeah. Well, we're going to be staying there for a whole week, and this is why I wanted to talk to you about it. But if you want to have the conversation now and commandeer Steve's hangout, I'm more than happy to.
Whatever.
Oh, it's whatever to you. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So get this. We have the 16th through the 22nd is when we're going to be in New York. I want to be there for an entire week because I kind of got fucked the last time I was there by food poisoning and that Subway that was right by your house. So I'm not eating there ever again. So I want to get there on April the 16th and stay there till April the 22nd. And then I would have the complete last week to drive home and reacclimate to the fucking Florida weather, if you will. So that leaves you the entire last week of April to do whatever the hell you want, and then going into next month, which would be May. So we're not going to stay there to the very, very ass end of. But the reason why I got these days off is because it's my birthday, and so I was able to kind of use that as a leverage point to get these days off. And it's like, hey, can I get these days off? And they always ask you why. Why do you want these days off? What do you have planned? And I'm like, no, your fucking business. I want these days off. So I just gave them some bullshit answer like, it's my birthday, which is true.
You've had 12 birthdays this year.
You had 12
Your
birthdays.
Your grandma's died 16 times in the last 5 years. She's pretty resilient. She keeps coming back. Can't keep the old woman down.
Yeah. Oh, your grandmother died. Your great-great-grandmother died. 110 years old. Really? How'd she die? Oh, she wrecked her Harley up there at Bike Week.
It's Sturgis.
Hey, Red. Seeing as you hate Subway, when you come here, you want to go to Subway? My roommate works there.
I love Subway. I don't know how you got food poisoning at Subway, but I actually.
Neither do I.
That's because
this place is fucking nasty.
Subway has good food.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Because I got food poisoning at McDonald's, never Subway.
McDonald's I can understand. McDonald's you almost expect it.
Dude, I've never gotten food poisoning from a fast food chain ever. The only time I got food poisoning was actually water poisoning. I was in the Navy, and it's horrible.
The thing.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
But yeah, when I had food, I don't know if it was food poisoning or waterborne, but it was definitely like 3 days of me thinking that I was on the verge of death.
No, I'm actually eating a good meal right now. So yeah, talking about food poisoning while I'm eating a really fucking good meal. So
I had to get an IV. It was so bad because I was just so dehydrated.
Let's go ahead and check this out, just because I like making people jelly. And okay, so like I said, I haven't actually eaten anything fast food wise since I, started leaving the New York area. But let's see. All right, okay, man, let's go ahead and try this.
Does ramen not count as fast food?
Ramen does not count. So there we go. All right, so we got roast beef, we got mashed potatoes, we got corn. And we have a fork, we have a knife, and I'm about to dig in, so suck it.
Holy fuck. Can I suck your roast beef?
That's gourmet.
It's a gourmet roast beef, and it's too perfect for you.
Hey, people are asking me for my battle tag. So I put my battle tag in my G Plus thing. I got a feedback. If anybody wants to play any of these games, let me know by messaging me on G Plus, your battle tag. Either it's Steam or Origin. I have both, and we'll get some groups going. I do want to have some battlegrounds with Drag later on today on WoW, but I mean we can also do like Neverwinter. We can do All Points Bulletin, and maybe some other games I'm willing to try as long as they're free, right? But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. So if you're a gamer, just message me your battle tag ID, especially if it's WoW. and I'll add you as a friend.
I would have,
Oh yeah.
but the second I got my PC back from my friend's house, it broke.
Your battle ID is it's Petralis hashtag 1615. The hashtag comes before the number.
You fix your shit yet, Max?
Mine's runic
As long-
force.
As long as I sit my phone on top of the charger, that then it's okay. Oh, also if I have the cord wrapped around the top of the phone.
Okay. If someone's asking me stuff in the chat, I can't see it. I'm
That's
not.
your Petralis hashtag 1615 is your real ID.
Yep. There we go.
But yeah, you can use that
All
and
right.
find us on any server. We can actually bring it over to my server, and then we can run. I have characters, all kinds of characters, so it doesn't matter what your level is, it doesn't matter what your gear is, because as I was telling Drag, all the gear doesn't matter between levels 0 to 100. Makes no difference, or at least even up to 110.
Kind of makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I spent 3,000 gold on a neck because my neck was like a questing green, and it was like 778, and I needed like 818 to start getting into the heroics. So of course I went to the auction house, said fuck it, and bought one for 3,000.
Well, this
gold.
is only for PvP.
And the first dungeon, I got it. Well, yeah, but this makes me feel better because I ended up getting a neck anyway. That I was gold on, so it's everything's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just for PvP that it's equalized. So if you're level like 100 and somebody has season 3 gladiator gear and you've only got like cloth gear in something you made with wool cloth, it makes no difference. It's all about just your skill level at that point.
Called
Good.
balanced.
Yeah, they call it balance, but it's really dumbed down to the point where WoW is nothing like it was as far as the way you had to play it. Before, back in the day, you had to know each character. You had to understand the dynamics really well. That's why I had so many characters.
I played a Tarn Warrior, Stack Sunders, and how to make sure that you properly gathered up ads, because you couldn't it's not like a paladin where you can put down the holy fart bullshit, whatever it's called, the consecration, and then just gather up mobs. Like, you actually had to know how to work with less AoE than any other class as a tank. But now it's just like, well, whatever, just run there and they'll just be pissed off.
Well, that's a good point. But that's PVE. Obviously, I do know PVE because I do have to PVE. You have no choice. But I don't prefer it over the PvP. But you're right. Like the warrior, my Fury warrior, when you're tanking, obviously you had to just like sunder that build up threat. As you said, my paladin, all he had to do was run in and consecrate the ground, and boom, he got insta threat, right? So yeah, it was different types of play structure. But in PvP is a lot different. The reason in PvP is you have to know what each character is capable of and what they're doing in order to kill them. It's a hell of a lot different than it is now, because now, everybody's kind of dumbed down to like 4 or 5 buttons. Okay, I mean, before my whole panel was filled with buttons, right? I mean, it was just crazy how much shit was going on when you're doing arena and battlegrounds. Now, it's about half that.
So it's like Mortal Kombat versus the Batman Arkham games fighting. One's just much more complicated.
Well, I don't have it as a reference because I've never played either one, but I can just tell you that because the game has been so dumbed down for the casual player that the lower level PvP is just for shits and giggles anymore. It's just there's nothing really advantageous to actually do it. You get what's called Mark of Honors that's used for purchasing like transmog gear. But the problem is I have most of it, and the other gear that you can get with it, like the mounts, I've already got all that shit.
Well, now I have.
Bet you don't have them.
I have all the PvP mounts.
Oh, I have one mount that not a lot of people have the patience for getting.
Which one?
The Thundering Onyx Cloud Serpent.
Is that the one you get in Pandaria?
Yeah, that's the one you have to go to the Timeless Isle and keep killing the.
I'm halfway to it.
That one mob spawns.
It's the Jade. It's the Jade mount. Yeah, I'm halfway to getting enough.
It's not the Jade one. It's the dark black one that you see with the lightning going through it.
Oh, okay. I vaguely have seen that one.
Yeah, you've probably seen people with it, but I had to farm that thing for a week straight, and I had a timer on my phone for every 25 to 30 minutes that it would spawn just to get a hit on it to try and get it.
And it dropped? Is it a drop?
Yeah, after literally sitting there for a week.
Because the Jade one is, I think, 500 of the currency, whatever the currency, time of style marks. Which I've got about
Yeah, I
half
was
through.
gonna get that one. I was like,
Yeah, I mean,
Steve, now you've
I've
made
got
me
it.
conflicted.
Well, why? WoW's a fun game. If you haven't played it, go try it. You can play it for free.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I would want to play with you, but also the singer
bet you do.
Cannibal Corpse is in there somewhere,
I bet you do.
and I don't like Cannibal Corpse
Cannibal Corpse.
metal band.
Oh, that's right. I've heard of them.
oh, there's a lot of people that play WoW. There's I think Elon Musk plays what? No, Elon Musk plays. He plays Overwatch. That's right.
Oh, sweet! I'm gonna get Overwatch. Sorry, Steve.
He mains one of the start guys, Soldier 76, I think he said.
Oh well, he's gonna hate me because I main the sniper.
What, Widowmaker?
Yeah.
The one that they have all the hentai out of?
Yes, that one.
Isn't Overwatch free like Hearthstone?
No, Overwatch is not free. Team Fortress 2 is free, but Overwatch is not. Overwatch is overpriced.
No, it's similar to Team Fortress 2, isn't it?
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, it borrows from it heavily, and it knows that it borrows from it. It's self-aware.
Yeah, and a cartoony, because I've seen this. Okay, I see why people get into this. It looks pretty fun, but yeah.
It's not high. It's not like high graphics like other games.
No,
it's not meant to be. It's like fun Pixar animation where you kill each other.
I became really aware of it when the makers of Overwatch were complaining that people kept making like all these pornographic images and videos. And I was like, it can't be that bad. Like it's Rule 34, right? It is what it is. And then I actually went to like Pornhub and looked it up, and dude, there's a lot
of Overwatch porn.
There is a lot.
Funny.
Like
Rule 34 is kind of weird though. Has anybody ever seen porn involving a quasar?
No, but Rule 34 also states that if there isn't porn for it, somebody will make it. So now that you've said it, you've got to make it.
I do not have to make it.
Somebody has to make it. It's a law. Don't fuck with the internet, man. Don't want that shit crashing on you and stuff. But
that was supposed to happen back in like what, 2000?
Let's take a quick straw poll. If Battleground takes about 20 minutes, and like I had posted, I've done about well over 6,000 plus Battlegrounds, rated and non-rated combined. So that's 20 minutes apiece. So it's over 2,000 hours I've played of Battlegrounds. 2,000 hours. That's a lot of hours just dedicated to Battlegrounds.
Shit, that's
a goddamn.
That's 4 Ultra Valleys.
Yeah, well, in the old days, you are old school. Yeah, back what he's talking about back in like vanilla and that was like 9 years ago plus or whatever. Alterac Valley could take literally hours, if not even a day, because
I stayed
it'd be
for 3 hours.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that never would end.
Okay,
I like
how many hours did you say?
I put in over 2,000 hours.
And how often did you play it?
Played every day since 2000.
Like all day?
No, but I mean, I'd get off work, and that's the first thing.
I wanted to come up with a rate. That's all.
My mage Lila is actually my baby's mama's tool. We played it WoW together, and then I liked the mage better, and so I just kind of co-opted her account. But how many people would watch? I'm just going quick. If Dragon Eye did a battleground, like the problem is I don't know if anybody does 90 level battlegrounds anymore. Probably, I'm sure you'd find a few. But if we did one, I could play on my druid maybe. But would you guys watch a battleground of me and Drag playing WoW?
I'd watch you, Steve. I don't know Drag.
Oh,
that's fine. I'm just here.
It's okay, Drag. You seem like real cool. I watched one of your videos about G-Man in abiogenesis, and you showed him the RNA hypothesis.
Yeah, I need to he made a response to that, and the reason why I haven't made a response to his response is because I'm still trying to get over this fucking cough. Because every time I start explaining something, I have a coughing fucking fit. Annoying.
Yeah. By the way, Jules, the achievement tab doesn't go back to vanilla. That's the problem. It only starts tabulating your time about when Burning Crusade came out.
Hey, Drag, so you don't want your videos to be like Ronnie, where he's talking too fast for his own thoughts, and so he has to cough to give his mind some time to catch up, right?
Yeah. His
He-
classic
I
tell.
imagine
His
that
classic
I, im-
tell.
I imagine that he would do that so much that you'd begin to smell his breath through the computer.
Ugh,
You know what's
no.
so funny? He does it so blatantly, obviously anymore. I mean, go back and look at any of his videos where he starts jungle jargon. I don't know where it came with that from. When he starts jargon bombing, you'll see that each time he starts coughing. Almost every single time he's in a roll, he'll just start spewing out some technical words, and in between the words, you'll hear him cough every time without fail. Go look. Go watch.
Later.
Well, that's because the sign is fairly obvious what that is. That's a tactic where it allows your brain time to catch up, and so it happens all the time with Ronnie. Because let's face it, I think even he knows he's jargon bombing the ever living fuck out of his videos.
I'm sure he does.
And so a cough here and there is kind of required when you're just spewing constant bullshit.
Joel says
Well-
he's playing a Wrathy Basin right now. I don't have a 110 level yet. I will. I'm going to get Legion. I think I will, do that on my mage. I haven't spent a dime in the last year because I haven't been able to really have anything. I think that maybe getting Legion would just be my present to myself. But I'm playing monthly by gold, just farming 60,000 gold every month. Easier said than done. It's challenging, I think. I don't think I've ever farmed that much, but I think it's possible. But I had like 300,000 gold to begin with, so I've got plenty of gold anyways. And I found that people still buy this old garrison level shit. I've been selling gear from anywhere from 100 to 1,000 gold. I've been selling stacks of herbs, 200 stacks for 100 gold each. I've probably made a couple thousand easily off the AH just in like one day. So.
Oh yeah, it seems now when I start crafting my alt clothes, or I should say armor, every so often I'll proc and make epic, and so I'll put that on the AH for maybe 400 or 500, like 900 at the most, and it sells within a few hours.
Yeah, people still buy this stuff. I was actually really surprised.
Um,
But why do people buy 100 level gear? I don't know why they buy it though.
I'm-
You out level your gear so quickly. Why would you spend 1,000 on a piece of gear that you're only going to have for like 3 levels? I don't
No
know why
idea.
they do it, but they do.
They're desperate.
Yeah, I understand for the lower levels maybe, but most of the shit now is vanity stuff anyways. People spend gold on vanity stuff. It isn't any useful content. It's just vanity stuff, like pets. And
If I'm going to
mounts.
spend my life on World of Warcraft, I might as well look good.
Yeah, exactly. Might as well have some of the cool shit, right? I have a lot of cool shit. I gotta admit that. Well, do you realize that a 2 million gold is about $1,000 in real gold in money? If you have 2 million gold, so a million gold is. I've just did the research on this. So a million gold is 500. So a million gold is worth $500.
Yeah, there's a guy that when I worked at the casino, one of the supervisors would leave his house and he would have bots going that would farm gold, and then he would sell that to a company, and so he would sell it by the thousand, and so he would go and work for maybe $12 an hour, and then go make almost $500 a week from his dual box and
What?
farm thousands of gold.
Well, I don't know
What?
of any way to make money off WoW, really. But okay. Let me ask you this: why would someone buy or put a WoW token on the auction house? Okay, I understand people buying the WoW token to get gameplay, right? If you want to convert 60,000 gold into a monthly game time, I get that, right? It started off being 20,000, but now because of the economy and inflation, that 20,000 is now 60,000. But who would pay $20,000, or excuse me, $20, because that's what a gold token costs in real money, to get whatever that's going for? I think they're offered a set price. So even if the value of the token goes down, the person buying the token to put on the auction house gets paid regardless. They get this whatever they're quoted, right? That's what they're going to get. So they said, okay, buy this WoW token for 50,000 gold. And we put it on the AH, and if the AH sells it for 60,000, they get 50,000. The rest goes away. That's how they try to drain money out of the economy. But who would spend $20 to get 60,000 gold? I mean, what do you have?
People who are
What is
buying
it?
it anyway.
But what are you buying gold for? What do you need gold for in WoW except for maybe some of the higher level enchant stuff and the higher level gear stuff? But I mean, do you really need that much gold?
Yeah, I knew a lady who would spend about $40 a month on WoW Gold, and she would buy resources that she didn't feel like farming. Because I think she was an enchanter, so she knew, they needed like disenchant a bunch of shit.
Right.
So
Oh
rather than
God, I hated
farming
that
it,
day. Yeah, I hated that.
they'll just do that. Um, I mean, mainly resources. They would buy runs, run through stuff. So if someone's charging a few thousand gold for a run through whatever until they get a particular item, then that's where it goes to. So they can guarantee to get that piece of transmog gear that they've been dying for
Yeah,
past
vanity
forever.
stuff. Transmog is just
Yeah.
vanity stuff. People don't know what transmog. Transmog is transmodification. All that makes it do is change the appearance of your items. That's it. It makes a different skin for it. People pay real money to get different appearances in a game that's all digital. It's just weird,
It is kind of weird.
you know.
Um, but something I did with TF2 on Steam was there's this thing called the Steam Marketplace. You probably know what it is.
Yes.
Items I didn't want that I noticed were selling pretty good. I just put them on the Steam Marketplace for 1 cent less than everyone else was selling.
Oh, I always undercut people. I sell quickly. I sell low and I sell fast.
I sold in like less than 5 minutes after I put them on.
I had, for example, I'll give you an idea. I had a runic bag, excuse me, hex weave bag that they were going for about 1,000 gold on my server. The cheapest one's about 950, right? I put mine at 800. It was sold within like 10 minutes, rather than just sit
Yeah.
there. I'm like,
You
okay,
can't beat
I don't.
that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't, I don't want to sit there and play this little, for 200 gold, wait another week or two. I want the money now. I can go buy some other stuff if I need to and sell it. I managed to get, a few 100,000 gold back in the day, which isn't an exceptional amount, but years ago, if you had a couple 100,000 G, you're doing okay.
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was one of those guys too. Back when you actually had to level your you had to level your resource gathering. So people would try and just buy a bunch of copper so they could go ahead and get to, well, the other ones. Fuck.
True silver,
You know,
um, tin,
yeah, back in your actual
obsidian,
level.
cobalt. Yeah.
So the easiest thing for them to do is just buy a bunch of copper in bulk.
Right.
So I would go and I would farm some, and then I would buy all of the small quantities up on the AH and then resell it.
But people still have to. Well, you still have to do that into some tunes, right? I mean, the new tunes that are starting off with level 1, don't they have to start off from scratch and go through
Nope.
that whole? They don't.
They changed it. They
How
changed
does
it.
that
You
work
can
now?
now. Well, you'll only gather fragments. So let's say um, from a regular node of iron, uh, you could get maybe maybe 3 pieces of ore. So if you don't have that level, if you're not up there yet, you'll get maybe 6 nuggets, and you can combine 6 nuggets to make
Right.
one
Right. I
piece
know
of
that.
ore.
But you still get. No, but yeah, but you still can sell that shit, right?
You can sell it, but it's worth considerably less because it's not actual ore. You can't use it. You have to actually combine it in groups of 10 before you actually sell it. So if there were you and someone else competing for resources, you're going to always have less because you have to then do that conversion to 10 units.
Right. But I'm just saying, if somebody starts off with a level 1 again, right? They were rolling and they want to level their profession up. They still are going to be willing to buy, some of the low level stuff just because they don't want to sit there and get your enchanting up to 600 or mining up to 600. Well, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, well, they can do that if they want to, but it's not required now because it used to. There was another hindrance that they removed. I'm trying to remember what it was, because you couldn't even touch the nodes. You could if it was if you were just starting off. Remember, you couldn't even mine true silver or anything like that, but now you can. And so, if you also want to do the crafting portion of it, well, you can as long as you have the pattern. So you'll do starting missions from wherever. Like if you pick it up in Dalaran, they'll give you missions so that you can do those and level those up, and you'll still be able to make stuff for that expansion.
Yeah, I
Because
know they
right
changed a
now,
lot of stuff, and I'm relearning some of the major changes after being away for a year.
yeah, I mean, I like it because right now I have 20 out of 815 alchemy. I shouldn't be able to make stuff, for this expansion, but I can. I can make,
Then what's the point of
prolong.
getting the higher levels then? The higher.
You get more. From what I see, you get more of them. You get more product, and you can proc. At least for leather work, you'll proc more often.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that, but we'll see. I maxed out all my professions, but two. I need an inscription, and I need a. See, what's the other one? I have a jewel crafter. I have a blacksmith. I have a tailor. I have a leather worker. I know I don't have an inscriptor. He's halfway to max level. What was the other one? I have an enchanter. I have a skinner.
Enchanting's always been annoying.
Enchanting back in the day used to be the best, though. I mean, enchanting, that was your moneymaker.
Oh yeah,
As
you
you
get
said,
paid if you knew what you were doing. Yeah,
Yeah, you enchant people and they tip you, and yeah, that was good times.
like 500 gold tips.
Shit, yeah, dude. For some of those rarer ones, there's some formulas that were kind of still rare that people tipped damn well to get those ones because they were making twinks, right? And so they wanted the best enchant, and only certain people had that particular enchant because it was rare. So they tipped a couple hundred gold easily just to get that enchant if they found an enchanter that had it, which I did. I think I have every enchant in the game up to this point. I think the only thing that I'm missing on any tune is that I'll never get the most rarest cooking recipe. It's called Dirk's Storm Chops. Dirk's Kicking Storm Chops. Is that what it is? Yeah,
I have to look it up.
It's called Dirk's Kicking Chops. It's a recipe. I don't even know if there's any even around anymore for this recipe. It was going for several million gold at one time because they don't make the what do they call them? The ingredients.
The reagents.
The reagents. Oh. They don't make the reagents for it, right? And so, people that did have this recipe, it was an epic recipe. They would use the recipe, right? So it became part of their thing. So had to have an actual intact Dirk's Kicking Shimmerock Chops. That's worth a lot of freaking money.
What did it do? Like, what did it boost?
It made these pork chops or chimerack chops that restored health, but actually over a period of time, you get a small stamina buff. Yeah, it's just a very very rare recipe, and because they took it out, if you even have this recipe anymore, it's worth a lot of freaking money. If I'm trying to look how much it actually was going for. It's from a quest that's no longer available too, by the way.
Because I remember back in the day, like if you had someone making you deviant delights, like that was a thing.
Oh,
like,
I still have deviant. Yeah, I still have deviant delight.
So I used to buy some. It's like, you know what, whatever. Let me go and buy some.
Deviant, yeah, makes you into a pirate. Like this one's going for 100,000. This one's 65,000, 70,000. This was 2 years ago. I think they've gone up several hundred thousand since then. Because again, there's no way to get this. It's one recipe. There's no way to get, so it's rare. It doesn't say you have it.
So it's just an achievement.
It's just something to say, hey, look, I've got this. You don't. But here's the problem. Because you can link anything from an external source, how would anybody know that you actually have this or not? You could show them. It's just screen capped it, I guess.
I'm in the middle of eating, and I just had a random thought, and I just need to expel it just to get it out of my system. So I apologize if I'm derailing this, but you can go right back afterwards. I know how I can get Ronnie to step the fuck off of you, Drag. Have him sleep in the same room as you, and have him just listen to your snoring.
My wife had to go. She said she had to sleep out in the living room because I was snoring too loud.
No, you guys have to experience this sheer hell It sounds like he is bludgeoning somebody to death in his sleep.
Yeah.
Have
What?
Ronnie sit through that and know that he's going to fight that. Okay, Ram thought over.
I hear it's pretty bad. I wish I could.
We're gonna get a recording of it.
I'll tell my wife to see if she can get a recording. She says it sounds like I'm angry at someone.
Like I said, I'll start leveling up to 110 later today or tomorrow.
Please, you get to do the Violet Hold again.
Oh,
Pretty
why?
fun.
There's a new Violent Hold.
It's the same concept, but different
So
enemies.
it's recycled.
Yeah, it is recycled, but I actually enjoyed it. What the you haven't done the Emerald Dream, have you? The raid.
No.
Yeah, the Emerald Dream's fun. You get to fight Cenarius.
Wasn't that one of the 4 dragons that?
That was you thinking of Yashira? Yeah, well, you fight. Well, no, you don't fight Yashira, but you do fight Cenarius. He's the centaur, the demigod that gave that taught Malfurion. Once you see him, you'll recognize him. You'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you've seen him. You've done missions for him. Oh, what about you? You played a druid, so you know Ursoc, right?
I know Ursoc and I know Malfurion and Stormrage.
Yeah, so you get to fight them. Like they actually get taken over.
Yeah, because I mean Malfurion's Lion's side. He was one of the Cenarius Circle, I think it was called.
Yeah, he founded the druids, if I'm not mistaken. But I have a druid, but I rarely play him.
So, anyways, when I do what character should I instantly should I boost my 100? Do you think? I have a lock, but that's not another account. But so I'd have to make a new one if I want to lock. So
What
right now,
server you staying?
I'm staying
You
on
doing your server?
Yeah. So like I said, I've got 100 warrior. I have 100 mage, and 100 DK. So I'm gonna have to get all 3 of those to 110. So that's gonna take a while. But I need to try another character. So
If do you play healer?
I
Ever?
do. I've played druid healer. I played priest healer. I played holy paladin, but I don't like it. I think it sucks.
I'd probably say do priest, so that way you can level as shadow and then just jump
I
into
thought
instances as holy.
Yeah, I seriously considered priest too because one, I like doing DPS and I like being able to heal, and priest is versatile. Because DPS wise, shadow priests still do very well, and they're so annoying and freaking BGs to kill because they can sit there and self heal to the cows come home. One person's not going to solo a priest in a BG.
Well, unless they're up against a Death Knight, because I think Death Knights actually have something there where if you try to heal yourself, it'll actually end up hurting you. I can't remember what it's called, or did they take that out?
Well, I know they have mind freeze, which is just a same thing that a rogue would do, right? I mean, just to silence you, or shield bash would do the same thing, but maybe the 110. I don't know. I don't know the mechanics yet from 100 to 110 because I haven't tried it yet.
I remembered it back in the day, like when I first had a what you call it, fuck.
Oh,
You
fuck.
know, a fucking fuck.
They took out my favorite spell though, Dark Seculum. I
The hell
was
is
so
that?
bummed. Do you remember DK's Dark Seculum? What it did was if somebody cast a spell, it actually allowed you that ability.
Oh yeah, I could see how they take
Yeah,
that.
that was an awesome spell,
Yeah.
especially in Ashran because you can have a tome of it, and then it was like for a minute. So you cast this, and somebody casts that spell on you, you get to cast it back at them or anything you want, and anybody you want.
Yeah, I see them nerfing the shit
It
out
was
of
a
that.
great spell. I used it quite often. It's hard. You
Yeah,
have to time
imagine
it
doing that
right,
against
but-
a lock and doing the lock, death coil.
Yeah, oh, no, I mean, think about it with a freaking lock with the what's it called? The bolt, the cast bolt.
Shadow bolt. You talking about the chaos bolt?
Yeah, chaos bolt. Remember back in the day? I know they nerfed them now, but back when they had destruction warlocks were the shit. They chaos bolt you to the face. It took half your health.
Yeah. It's
Fuck
like
that.
you're dead. Oh, and then when you want to retaliate, let me just hit him with called the law coil. The
Mortal coil.
Uh,
Like
it
Death
calls
Coil.
terror. Yeah, Death Coil.
Death
Yeah.
Coil, yeah.
Okay. You said you're on Silver Moon, right?
Yeah. If I played Lock, I'd
Okay.
play Affliction anyways, but
I just made a character on your server, Silver Moon, called Dragnaut.
okay. Jules, you say Shadow Priests are good at 110? I've heard that Shadow Priests are really good at PvP right now. I mean, but Shadow Priests have always been good at PvP. They're one of the most non-broken classes as far as their survivability and damage in PvP has always been consistent, is with Priest. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Priest, right?
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
Which is better nowadays for healing, though, in PvP? Discipline or Holy? I would say probably Discipline, right? I'd have to check it out. But yeah,
That
I think so. I think I'm going to go with the Priest because, yeah, I want a healer because I do like healing as well. But like I said, it's going to take me time and I do this in the middle of the night when everybody's sleeping because I can't really be on Hangouts. So I'm going to level up those 3 tunes and then I'll make a Priest and level that up. Getting from 100 to 110 is not very difficult. That only takes about probably, what do you guys manage? 4 hours? That's what it took me last time, I think, to do the X pack.
what 100 to 110?
Yeah.
It took me about 3 days playing, maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Really? That long?
You can,
Oh,
but I was alone.
I play a lot faster because I can go from 90 to 100 in just a single sitting. It just is very time consuming, but yeah, I could do it. You just have to get the potions. Those 300 XP potions and
Do they even work anymore?
well, the ones that have the battle net does for the lower levels is set to the battle count, but at last X pack they had potions you can get through your garrison. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I don't remember seeing anything like that though.
Yeah, you had to get potions for it. I mean, but even still, the hardest part for me is going to be gearing up my mage for PvP because the high-end content gear does matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to get the honor system going. I've always been maxed in my gear for PvP, but that's going to take me some time to do. But once I do that, I'm going to start running rated battlegrounds. Does anybody know when the season's over?
No clue.
Do you
Could
remember,
not
do you
tell
remember when
you.
the season started?
No.
The season usually lasts about 8 months, 6 to 8 months, depending on the season. Well, what I want to do is I want to run rated battlegrounds again. So, if anybody's interested, I was running them before. So,
I might actually start joining these games just to see what the hype is all about. But before I do that, I have to do something that's a lot less fun. So I will see you guys later
go
because
drop
I
deuce?
know. Well, yeah, I need to get my triple S done, and then I need to head off to work.
yeah, you know what? I'm not far behind you. I really want to go do the triple S as well, as you put it. I didn't. I've been up for like last night. I didn't sleep very well, so I probably not gonna have a long hangout. I really feel like I just want to drink some coffee. I do want to go shower desperately.
Hmm. Hey, that's why we have the triple S. I remember
don't
you have to
shave.
wash. You have to wash the 5 key areas. Does anyone know where the 5 key areas are?
I'm not gonna point them out to you. Should know these things by now.
Well, I know these things by now. I'm wondering if anyone else knows the joke.
I'm gonna guess butthole. We're gonna start there. You always start with the butt, and then you go to your face. Always go butt to face.
That reminds me of a friend. That reminds me of a Friends episode when Chandler and Joey were talking, and because they're roommates, and Chandler's was kind of a germaphobe in some grades, and he's like, soap is self-cleaning, and he's like, well, Joey goes, well, I want you to think about that next time you get in the shower after I come out, because the first thing you wash is right after the last thing I wash. Think about that. And I'm like, I have never gotten that in mind that the first thing that somebody else is going to wash is use that soap for is the last thing that you washed. That's been rubbed over my dick, people. That's funny. See this? I'm really kind of like losing it. I'm tired. But no, I'm probably not going to keep this hung out too much longer. It's like a shower sounds really really good right now. So,
Yeah, remember.
what's that?
Well, actually, there's 4 key areas, and the 4 key areas are armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth.
Teeth?
Teeth,
soap?
yes.
You brush your teeth in the shower? I don't do that.
Yeah, you squirt the
Yeah, I know
you squirt
people
the
do.
toothpaste in your mouth,
I don't
and then
I don't brush
you
my
just
teeth.
lick it around with your tongue.
No, I brush my teeth as soon as I get out, and when I'm drying off in a towel. Anyways, like I said,
Yeah, anyways. So,
all right,
peace
dude.
out, guys. Gonna get the triple S done and then head off to work.
You can play
so-
WoW for free up to your 20th level. So you want to do any like 19 level PvP? It should be free.
I'll give it a shot, and I'll have you walk me through it because I have no idea what the fuck I'll be doing. So,
Shit, yeah, PvP is my thing, dude.
all right, then I will talk to you guys later.
All right.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
So if anybody else, like I said, wants to watch us, I have 10:18 my time. I think it's gonna be. What time is it your time, Drag? You're in.
I'm Eastern. It's
1:30?
1:18 here.
Almost 1:30. Yeah, I'm gonna get about a half hour to take a nice long shower and make some coffee. I'll log on to Silvermoon, and then we'll see about doing maybe an 80 level BG if you have people doing it. It's all a matter of people queuing, right? But if I do that, then I'll stream it via my XSplit and then try to make a video out of it. Okay, guys?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I didn't really want to have a very long hangout. I thought it was funny that Antonio made those videos, and I was like, oh, come on, dude. And he doesn't even allow for comments, right? I'm sure my comments deleted. Did you guys look? Or I don't know. I probably know. I'm probably blocked.
Is this ending?
Yes.
Damn it! Just got back.
But I was just saying that Antonio Fletcher makes these videos, but he doesn't like any criticism. He thinks that's trolling, and I keep explaining to him that's not what trolling is. People can comment on my video negative things. I have negative comments on my videos. I don't delete any of them except for pure spam. Like I have had these people from Arabia recently, for some reason, posting. But I think nowadays it mostly comes up as likely spam. So, but yeah, people can say all kinds of nasty things in my videos to me. I don't care. The Clown Car Posse, they think that's unheard of. Why? If you don't agree with me, you must be a troll. That's not what a troll is, guys. Troll is literally somebody who's just trying to get response out of somebody. Ironically, the biggest trolls are in the Clown Car Posse. Like Rand Campbell is a troll. MG42
Tommy
Pillbox. No, Tommy Hall he does trolling. Right? Don't get me wrong. He does troll, but he's not a troll like Rand would be, because Rand doesn't believe anything that he says. You know this. Campbell is an atheist. Pillbox doesn't believe anything about flat Earth. I don't really know about young Earth, but he doesn't believe flat Earth. These people are just trolls.
Wait, how do you know that?
Because he's told people many times.
Okay, cool.
By people I trust. Rand Campbell especially. Rand Campbell, you can actually get it from him. Watch his videos. He actually even talks about this stuff in some of his older videos that he doesn't believe any of this stuff. So, but he'll sit there in a video like on Preet's video, and egg Preet on with her batshit crazy. Which, by the way, I tried watching her video live with Jade, and we were just losing our shit. And I said enough.
It was that bad.
It was that bad. Ask Jade.
Have you ever watched a video so batshit crazy that you didn't know what to do with yourself afterwards?
You're like, do I? Yeah. Well, it's just like the way you're watching it. Do I finish this? Do I? Oh God, do I just shut it down? Do I smash my computer to hell?
Well, if it wasn't my dad's phone that he was showing me a video on, I would have thrown my own.
Well, it sounds like anything by Ray Comfort, yeah.
Yeah, but not just Ray Comfort, but people who so far off the point of understanding biological evolution.
That's your dad's thing.
So far off the point of understanding astronomy.
Your dad
they think
Ray
the
Comfort,
Earth is
right?
flat. What?
Your dad likes Ray Comfort, right?
No, I don't know if he does anymore. He used to. But he looks kind of like him.
Lucifer Almighty says, Antonio blocked me for trolling when I wasn't even trolling. See? Yeah, I mean, he just blocks everybody. I have nobody blocked in my YouTube page right now. No one is blocked from leaving comments. That tells you how I am much more open to have people have criticism of my work and channel and things like that, be my guest than they are, because they don't want to hear the opposition, because they want to live in this isolated little bubble. So
Okay, so this is kind of weird, but for some reason my dad sent me a little snippet of a documentary about Michael Faraday that a flat earther posted, and I'm like, yeah.
The guy who made the Faraday
light
cages?
yeah, that's what his name. Yeah.
guy, the guy was a flat earther. I only watched that, and he's like, yeah. So I'm thinking light is an electromagnetic wave. Yeah. What's your point? So he replies to me with an email. I didn't say that, but he replies to me with an email. He based his work off of some Bible verse that has the word light in it. So is God an electromagnetic wave?
Yeah, I don't know where these people go with this.
I don't know where he's going.
Faraday, yes, and that was Michael Faraday. He would be like just losing his shit.
I find it funny how Michael Faraday used a mathematician to help him demonstrate that light was an electromagnetic wave.
It all comes down to math, baby. It all comes down to math.
All right, boys and girls. Anyway, like I said, short video for Saturday. I'm going to be rebroadcasting maybe in about less than an hour. If we can get this to work, I don't know if my computer can actually handle playing WoW and doing an XSplit, but I'll give it a try. But I just really want to go take a shower. I'm just feeling grody. So
Wow,
okay,
in the shower.
yeah, I'm not gonna play WoW in the shower. All right, but like I said, leave me your battle tag. Comment it below if you want, but it's better if you do. Send it to me via G+. You can play WoW for free up to level 20. I don't mind doing any low level PvP like 19 level, and you can actually pay for WoW with gold, which like I'm doing, right? So I mean, I'm spending anything on a monthly subscription, so you can do that as well. So if you like the game, you just have to farm a lot, but it's definitely doable to play for free. So.
And if your name has the number 69 in it, I don't think I would add you.
Okay.
Just saying. I don't know if you agree.
Talking about. But anyways, yeah, I do appreciate everybody watching. I was gonna say something else until I forgot. I guess I can't remember. No, why would anybody be doing an after hang? Oh, F4 17H. Yeah, anytime. People a lot of people have been telling me that they trying to get to my PayPal and all this stuff, and believe me, I'm in no rush to bug anybody. If somebody wants to donate, then great. I have increased my Patreon recently. There have been people, every day, few days I get a new one for $1 or so, a couple 5, a couple 10. So it has been going up. I'm greatly appreciated for these people. I want to have 3 hangouts a week is my goal. One of which is like a guest, as a special guest. So it's going to be fun. I think we're going to have a lot of entertainment going on this year. Good guests in here. But the other thing is, like I said, if you're a Patreon, I don't want to forget this. If you're a Patreon and you want the room, the moderator room, which is the unsnipable, to do a hangout, by all means, just let me know. We can set something up and you can do your own hangout. I'm sure Shadow won't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. I would just have to sit here and kind of like let people in and out. But as Patreons, I think that's the least I can do is let somebody use the business account to have an unsnipable hangout and then broadcast it via XSplit. Right? Okay, everybody. So we're going to be playing WoW here soon in about an hour. And like I said, if you guys want to watch me and Drag do what's called a battleground, there's, I don't know, like 10 different types of battlegrounds. We'll kind of walk you through of what it takes to PvP, and you'll see how crazy it actually gets and how to survive and some of the tactics. Somebody who's like myself who's done thousands and thousands of battlegrounds, I can explain these things pretty well, how to win a battleground. Okay, so anyways, take care, everybody, and we'll see you later on. I'm going to go take a shower and do the 3 S's.